Good morning. It is a hot and humid day here in North Carolina. It is raining and it's supposed to rain all week long. So I thought I would do a quick review of the Badland binocular harness. This is something I bought with my own money about 6 months ago. And let me tell you what I think about it. Now why am I got this binocular case? I actually get asked this quite a few times. Why do I have my binoculars in a case like this? And the main reason I have this for is when I'm photographing wildlife on a beach, or if I'm photographing something where I have to lay flat on the ground, such as in a field or something like that. When you're laying flat on the ground, you either have to take your binoculars off and then lay them in the sand, or you have to get your binoculars in the sand. And if you're photographing a rare bird or something like that, sometimes you just don't have that time to do that kind of stuff. So I wanted something that would offer protection for my binoculars. I also wanted something that would offer, if I was to bang my camera into my binoculars, I don't want that big clanking sound. I want a little bit of cushioning. So this acts like a little bit of a cushioning between my camera and my binoculars. So the main reason I bought this was that I wanted something that would encase my binoculars, but still have easy access to them. So that's the reason I bought these, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this review, because like I said, this is the second company that I bought something from this, and I'm not going to mention the first company because their equipment performed so poorly. I don't think I have one video with that binocular harness in it. So let me talk about the negatives. And my biggest single complaint about this thing is there's a lanyard on top that you can pull off. It opens up the case and you have easy access to your binoculars. And for the most part, that works well. The problem with it is there's a second strap that's the exact same color and is in the exact same place as that other strap is, just like a half an inch behind it. And if you grab that one, you just pull on the harness itself and not open up the case. Now, I've done this when I've been very, very excited and done that. So what I normally do is I just grab the top of it and tear it off and get the binoculars out. That's my biggest complaint. My second biggest complaint about this is there's a bladder system on the back of this harness. So you can put a water bladder in there, and then you'd run the hose over the top of your shoulder here, and then you could have water while you're walking around. Now, I've never in all my life been a big fan of bladder systems to begin with, so I have a bias here. I just never used it, but I feel it would be awkward, and it seems to be a very small bladder system, so it would have to be like a 750 milliliter bladder. It definitely would not hold a 2-liter bladder or anything like that. The other thing that I don't like about it is that it folds up into a pocket on the back of your harness, so if you're wearing a backpack, you can feel that pressing up against your back. The other thing that I don't like about it is these straps loosen up way too easy. So I'm constantly adjusting these straps. That's some of my biggest complaints. One other complaint I have is the color. Now, I'm going to do a video on if birders should wear camouflage. But this kind of camouflage, and basically all three of the camouflages are the same kind of camouflage, is okay for eastern part of the United States, the forests of the United States, even the forests in Central America, Canada. But if you're in the desert Midwest, or if you're going to Africa, this is not a good color to be having, because this would stick out like a sore thumb. The other issue I have with it is that in some countries, you cannot have camouflage on if you're not a member of the military or the police. So that's something to be aware of. I wish they made this in a plain khaki color, or a, maybe a desert gray color or something like that. They do market themselves as a high-end hunting outdoor group, so I think that people who go to Africa are willing to spend more money, and I think they would have a definite marketing opportunity for it. So that's some of the things that I really do not like about this. I don't want this review to turn into a bitch fest, because that's how I feel like it's turning into. What do I like about it? What's the final answer on this thing? This is a good case for carrying binoculars. There are some problems with it. Not the least of is this strap system. This strap system is over designed, and I think it's there to accommodate the bladder system. But this case does protect my binoculars. It does a really good job of protecting my binoculars. I am going to make some changes. The two Badlands symbols, one here, one here. I am going to cover them both up. To tell you the truth, I always thought this symbol looked very satanic or something like that. I live in the Bible Belt of the United States, so something like this is not a good thing to be wearing, especially when you go out and you're birding with Christians. And I've had a few people raise their eyebrows at it, so I am going to cover this up. I am going to tape this down or sew this down or something in the back here. I don't know how I'm going to do that, cover these things up, but I am going to think about it. So my final statement is this a perfect system? No. Is it a good system? Will I continue to use it? Yes. Will I stop looking for a better system? No. So that's my opinion about this. It's a giant, in my opinion, the ultimate in compromises, and it doesn't achieve any of the goals other than protecting this camera or protecting this binocular. It doesn't, none of the rest of it does a very good job of it. It does a satisfactory job, but not a good job. And for $110, I expected a lot more. So anyways, if you got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel because that really helps us in the YouTube world. Become a Patreon supporter. Your support allows us to keep doing this. My name is Leahy. I want to thank you for watching.